the hotel. None of the convention center was there. The hotel was the Hotel San Diego, the roaches would carry their luggage for you, so it was awful. But I remember when Kirby came into the building, it was like this whole hush went over the crowd. It was like, Kirby's here, Kirby's here. So Pete and I were like flipping out, so we run over and, you know, Kirby, I love you. We went over and just so we got this whole crowd of people around him, and he was telling the story about the creation of Captain America. And we're sort of sitting in every fan there is hanging on us every word. And he finishes, and the fan's delighted, we all are. And the fan right next to him asks the very same question. And Kirby answered this guy's question in the same glowing detail and the same delight. You know, how much he actually reveled and enjoyed his characters and his creations. He was so thrilled to be amongst the fans that gave him such energy and inspiration. I just remember that forever. I said, you know, if I'm ever lucky enough to have one single fan, I want to be like Jack Kirby to my fans, and he really left a trademark on me in many ways. But Jack Kirby around that time that we did Donatello One Shot was, because you know, Jack Kirby either created or co-created just about every Marvel character there is. And Marvel, because of work irony, kept all his artwork. And he was in this fight to get his artwork back. He wanted his artwork back, and he wanted Marvel to treat him fairly. And so Pete and I decided we asked Jack, we wanted to do a fundraiser to help him raise money for his legal battle. And we had this great idea, actually Pete had a great idea of putting this character Kirby into the Donatello One Shot. So we got Jack's permission, and he approved it. And he wouldn't take any money from us to help his fight. He said, no, it's my fight, but we love you guys, and it's great. That was one of my favorite issues, was the Donatello One Shot. Thank you, appreciate it.
I'm following the current comic book, so I'm not going to give a few spoilers if nobody's giving answers.
Is everyone up to date? I'll give you the thumbs up when we're done.
The plot for the current comic book, I think, is really nice in terms of the origin story from Turtles. I have them as reincarnations. I think that works really well in terms of making kind of sense. And kind of sad though, that's what Donatello, I can say what happened. But then it kind of makes sense.
You have to keep reading.
Okay. Well, no,
You've already read 45.
But I do have a question though. The question is, did it take you a while to come up with the idea for them to be reincarnated? It just seems like it's just a perfect origin story.
And that's the absolute genius of Tom Waltz, who's the head writer. He's really, besides one of the nicest people on the planet. When I've known a lot of friends that I've known for many years. And when Ted Adams, one of the co-founders, when they had the rights to the Turtles, he said, hey, you want to do some covers, you want to do some stuff? And I said, well, what do you got in mind for the story? He said, why don't you come down and meet Tom and listen to what they had and what he's got in mind? And I went down, and it's like, Tom, again, grew up as a huge Turtle fan, so he kind of picked his favorite parts, like the black and white comic. It has the tone, the edginess and the tone of the black and white comic book and some of the characters from that. And then, ideas like what we've been able to do with the neutrinos and stuff from the animated show and stuff from the 2000 series and the different movies. We've been able to pull from all the different Turtle universes and put them into this new foundation, this new Turtle universe we will to tell stories from. And the reincarnation thing was Tom's idea, and I just flipped and I said, this is just, it ties everything back in. And it just created this, he just had about 10 pages of stuff written, and we've just been having an absolute blast. I just finished the cover for issue 50 now. I can't believe we've been doing it for 4 years. And that's also your fault. Thank you for writing that. Because we are having a really good time with it. So yeah, stick with it. It gets really fun. We've already talked about the next 25 issues after issue 50. And we're just having a blast.
Looking forward to that one.
Thanks.
Just to tie into what you were saying when you were talking to Tom, whose idea was the Ghostbusters trailer? Because I have been wanting to see those team up my entire life.
No, that was somebody mentioned in one of the story meetings. His IDW was doing some Ghostbusters comics, and somebody said, man, wouldn't it be awesome if we did a Ghostbusters turtle crossover? I grew up a huge fan of Ghostbusters, like Waddle. And we said, studio will never go for it. And it took about a year of sort of asking in different ways and begging. And finally they said, and I think even Dan Aykroyd, the hand is saying, you know, he's a fan of turtles, and he basically helped make that happen. He said, we need to make this happen. So that's
I'm glad it did, because oh my God.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on the new minstrel show?
The Nickelodeon one?
Yes.
I adore it. I think it's really fantastic. Especially Ice Cream Kitty is my favorite. Thank you. The Stuart Neely is the executive producer. He's the main creative voice behind the new series.
I love that.
Well, it's fantastic. He grew up, his dad owned a pizza place in Philadelphia. He grew up in Philadelphia. His dad owned a pizza place. And so he grew up eating pizza, watching turtles, drawing turtles. And I had known Stuart before he got there. He was working on Teen Titans, and he did some other pretty awesome stuff. And when he got the gig, he said, you know, come on, I want to show you. He calls me Obi-Wan. And I said, come, Obi-Wan, come see what we're doing. And so then he was sort of showed me, and he put up all the original Mirage Studios people there and my covers, and he had this great idea to restart, you know, with them coming out of the sewer for the first time, meeting April for the first time, and little nuances like making April, you know, a teenager, and putting number 5 on a shirt like she's the fifth turtle, and Zero takes the same approach that Tom Waltz does, he goes back to the different turtle universes and comes up with, you know, different characters to bring back in and reintroduce. The Ice Cream Kitty thing was funny because, you know, I was helping them the first couple seasons. They said, we want you to do a character in a show, and we'll come up with a really cool villain or a cool superhero or something like that. And we were at Comic-Con, he was showing some of the new characters coming up for the next season. And Ice Cream Kitty is based on, we did the Michelangelo one-shot. Michelangelo finds this cat that we call Clunk, and he always loved the cat story. And so he said, I want to bring a cat into the thing. And then he told me the thing about Michelangelo finds him, and Rabel finds him, and Michelangelo adopts him, and then accidentally exposes him to ice cream mutagen, and he becomes Ice Cream Kitty. And I was like, that's it! I want to be Ice Cream Kitty! And they're like, no, we'll find something else. I'm like, no, I want to be Ice Cream Kitty. I want to wear a shirt that says, you know, I am Ice Cream Kitty. And a white girl when it says, I'm with Ice Cream Kitty. So, I love that character. It's a lot of fun. But I love your question. Thanks for asking.
I'll tell you what, the last thing I expected to hear when I started watching that was Lewis Black. I was like, look, this is amazing!
You know, I like the idea of he's the head of the whole brand.
Yeah.
I mean, they pull in some really great characters. And actually, Sean is now still, I mean, Rob also was.
Literally every Ninja Turtle.
I think he's also an equal. No.
That's just Sundays.
That's Sunday. But no, it's fantastic. Guest spots. The show is really weird at the end of the day. You do some really funny stuff, but
Oh, yeah.
some really weird stuff. Yes, sir.
Hey, my name is Dante Luna. I'm a YouTube filmmaker from Boston.
Awesome.
And I love Ninja Turtles.
Awesome.
I would have one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Am I back on my question?
Yeah. Of course you can.
Alright, so here we go. It's a reflective question. You know, we have a lot of people in this room who have a relationship with the Ninja Turtles for one form or another. You know, if you came here to this city empty-handed, there will still be a room for the Turtles. My question for you is, what has been your relationship with the Turtles over here? How are you reflecting on, you know, having them in your life since day one?
Well, you know, what's amazing about my relationship and my life with the Turtles, I guess, for back it's been my entire life. When I was 21 when I did the first Turtle, 21 when Pete and I put out the first issue. And I always like to say that, we put out the first issue in May of 1984, and we were so positive that we wouldn't sell any copies of the issue when it came out, that when we picked them up at the printer, all the boxes that was in the printer, we brought them back to our Mirage Studios, our living room. We actually made furniture out of them. We actually put, a bunch of cases with a coffee table, and smaller cases with this, end table and stuff like that. And that was made in 1984. In January of 1985, I used to cook lobsters on the coast of Maine, and that was my summer job. So we put out the first issue, and I cooking lobsters over the summer. And that fall, he called, he moved to Connecticut at that point, and he said, distributors and comic stores keep calling us and wanting us to do a second issue. And we were like, man, we never thought the first one would sell, so we should try to come up with an idea for the second issue. And so we started working on that in fall of 1984, and then January of 1985, the second issue came out. And the second issue was ordered, and it was 15,000 copies. And Pete called, and he was using his calculator to watch. And he said, if we'll make about $2,000 each pre-tax off the sale of this issue. And if we do 6 of these a year, we could eat, all the macaroni and cheese we want. We can pay our rent. We get our comics for a living. So I like to point out that because that's, for me, when the dream came true. Peter and I both became Jack Kirby. We were now drawing comic books for a living and having the best time of our life. And we had no boss. We had no, we did everything. We answered the phone. We viewed the comic books. We packed the books. We shipped the books. And it's, that's the dream come true. It's never been any better than that moment. And every single adventure we've been on, from the toys to the cartoons, all the way up through to today, I think that the fact that each one of those things worked and worked as well as it has, which is, again, your fault and your fault and your fault, for making it such a success. What's so amazing that I'm sitting here 31 years after the first Turtles were on, the first issue came out, we're still talking about Turtles. There's a room full of awesome people here in DC. And it's so weird because it's now become almost generational. It's like a lot of you folks that grew up in the original show have children of your own now. And they've, whether you've introduced it to them, you can't tell a kid what's cool. A kid's going to decide what's cool or what's not. Whether you introduce them to the Turtles or they discover on their own, it's now generational. And that to me is even more mind-blowing than it actually worked the first time around. And here we are 31 years later, and this whole new, we trumped it a whole new bunch of it. So when I'm 93, I'm here, like, running around the conventions like Stanley and all your kids, and you'll all be here. No, it's been a blessing. That's been humbling. Some days I feel unworthy. Most days, actually almost every day, I'm honored and incredibly grateful for just the fantastic job you guys are doing. It's a dream come true.